Where's my headphones? Alrighty, are we on? Apparently we're on, according to YouTube. Just give me a moment so I can verify that. Hello? Oh yeah, okay. Alright, where are we? So I just wanted to do a bit of a programming stream where we're just going to work on rewriting the linux-wiiu kernel a little. It's not ideal. I actually don't have any sort of video capture. I'll explain why later. But it does mean that you're just going to have to take my word for it in terms of, you know, what's going on. But hey, we'll give it a try. We'll have a bit of fun. And we'll see how it goes. Is that all on? Oh, hold on. I've just realized something wrong with my, this thing. My template, sorry. Just give me one moment. Oh no. Is it? Okay, you guys can see more things than I can. That's weird. Okay, if I play with this. But no, yeah, I just wanted to have a bit of a chill stream. I'll answer any questions because yeah, the programming itself isn't going to be that great. But hey, you know, you do what you can. You play the cards you're dealt, and I said I would go live this afternoon, and here I am. So yeah, just let me get this finished off. Come on. This is a slow process. That looks good. That looks pretty similar to what I've got on my screen. Don't you love X? Let me guess, if I go full screen. Oh no. Alright, so we're just gonna get programming. And yeah, we'll just have to deal with things as they come. It's not gonna be ideal because I don't have any video capture of any sort. But you know, as I said, you play with what you've got. Now, I've just switched to a new computer, so a lot of my entire stream setup has changed. I've actually gotten this set up in the last half hour, which is why it looks so awful. I can't deny that the text looks really bad, but I'm just gotta do my best here. What did I change here? I don't know. So yeah, we just got to do what we can. Now, as it stands now, the kernel does boot, but it's sort of like, sort of doesn't really do anything, which is a problem, which is problematic. Let me just bring up. So yeah, no, the kernel boots, it prints out its version name on the gamepad, and things like that. That's where we've been logging. But yeah, it's not really doing anything else. And so I'm not sure what it wants from me in order to actually start doing something. Yeah, sorry, I haven't really planned this at all. Can you tell? I just thought, hey, we'll have a stream. Yeah, hey, Copycat. We are indeed live. Anyway, yeah, I can't really show you. I guess I could kind of show you with like Discord and uploading photos. It's kind of complicated. AHX. But yeah, it is working. You'll have to take my word for it. So actually I can, this is a photo I took last night of where we're at. So you can see we have the sort of the debug console happening on the gamepad. And yeah, you can see that it does get down and print out a version string, but it doesn't really do anything else. And we've got to figure out why. Anyway. So yeah, I don't even really know where to start here. I think one of the big problems is that I have linux-wiiu.c here, which is supposed to contain all your when am I going to move to Switch stuff? I don't have a Switch, to be honest. If you they're actually quite expensive down here. If I just pull up the EB Games website, just on my second monitor right now. Now, I say this a lot. Every time I check, they're about $10 cheaper. So maybe I'm not right to say this so often. But if you have a look, here's EB Games. This is how much they'll charge you for a Switch. And I don't have that cash, to be honest. I had to save up for a good year to buy the Wii U, and that was only $300. So yeah, while I acknowledge that like the Switch is a thing, and I can see that's where most people are going, it's just not going to happen for me personally. At least until I get a full-time job. But I don't know. I'm just not really that interested in it anyway. It's just such a modern systems and all that. It's basically just a Linux machine, and that sounds like fail overflow. No, sorry, I'm thinking of the PS4. No, but I don't know. It's just one of those things where if you're at the forefront, everyone else is working on this with you. It's like yeah. I just don't think it's not as interesting in terms of hardware, and it's still got a scene around it, which is sort of a negative in my book, at least, because you have a scene, you have the drama, and you have the exploits, and you have, oh, I accidentally updated my console, and now we're waiting. We don't have that on the Wii U, at least not anymore. I mean, yeah, it used to be there, but that stopped in like 2016. So no, I'm quite happy working on the Wii U and doing this sort of thing. It's just like, yeah, I admit, I know that there's like, it's not that. Sorry, there's not many people working on the Wii U, but I do enjoy it, and I do enjoy working with those who are still here. So, yeah. Okay, what's this? This is the boot wrapper. This is not what I want to be looking at. One of the problems that we probably have with Linux, with the rewrite, because I've done almost nothing, is that there isn't actually any sort of platform init code, which I think is part of the problem. But I really would like the kernel to at least do something so it can tell me what I need to do next. Because I can sort of make a guess and say, oh, I probably need to be doing, interrupt controllers or something. But it would be nice if it would tell me. But yeah, as you can see, I've actually commented out the line to compile the Wii U file, because I haven't actually made one yet. It's just empty. So we're probably going to be working on that today, assuming I can get the kernel to tell me what it wants from me. I still don't know what it wants from me. It could be any number of things that it wants but won't tell me about. If we look at the device tree, which is sort of laying out the entire console in terms of the hardware, so we've got the memory, we've got the processor and things like that, then cool, that's all fine. But we've only got the memory and the processor in it, so it's not trying to set up anything really. And there is no command line, no kernel command line. So what might do is, I do have a second monitor hooked up. I can't really show you that effectively. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a command line. I'm just basing it off what we have in the not rewrite, just to tell it to do something, and we'll see if that makes a difference. So we want to set boot args to root equals dev sda1, and we'll see how that goes. We'll also add udebug immortal, which is supposed to make it keep using udebug permanently, but I haven't seen it actually work, at least not on the old version. So what we're going to do is we're going to compile that, and we'll give it a go, and we will see if that makes any difference in terms of having it actually do something. I really would like to be able to give you a look at the gamepad so you guys can sort of see what's going on, but I just don't have a solution to do that at the moment. The best I've got is I can take photos with my phone and send them via Discord and bring them up on this machine, which is the one you're looking at now. Which, yeah, not ideal, not perfect. I may still do it. What? There we go. Awesome. But we'll see. Oh, I forgot RM. That's what the double dash was. I'll have to clean that up later. The capture card. Well, yeah, I could use the capture card, but the UDebug is only on the gamepad, and I didn't want to. And my plan was to hook up a camera to the capture card and use that to look at the gamepad, right? So you could see the UDebug output. But let's just set this off compiling while I talk. Cool. But that didn't actually happen because I had a camera prepared, and my brother, he was playing with the camera this morning. My brother's very cute. He's 8. But no, he was playing with the camera this morning, and he told me, oh, it's his favorite camera, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And he's playing with it and taking photos and stuff, and now I can't find it. So I think he's done something clever with it, and so I don't actually really have any way to show you the gamepad, which is where all the action's gonna happen. So I figured I wouldn't really even bother spending the extra, 20 minutes or whatever that would be needed to get that working, because the capture card is really, really flaky. I actually tried plugging something else into it just now, and it wasn't working at all. And I was not going to restart the machine and fiddle around and clean the contacts and whatever, because I had already lost a lot of time just setting up the stream box in general. So yeah, we're sans video input today. So we've just built a new kernel, and I'm gonna copy it over to the SD card on the Wii U, and we will see if that makes any difference. So I've got a little SD card reader on my desk. It's very, very neat. So we're just gonna mount that. SDB1 code linux-wiiu, and we'll just go find the image we need, which will be that, and copy that onto the SD card. From Ash Pizza, I'm using a little VNC client, which is why it looks so crap, because I had it really tweaked and optimized on my laptop to, look okay. But now I've switched to a desktop machine and sort of started from scratch. And so that's why it looks pretty crap, because I haven't had a chance to really optimize it any, or, just play with it at all. Oh, it's just a little bit of a look on my SD card there, isn't it? Alright, let's get that out of here. I'm going to eject that SD, and we'll give it a go. It'll be our first kernel of the afternoon, or night for some of you. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. What time is it for you, CompuCat? Now I'm saying your name out loud, I'm going to have to come up with a nickname. That's like 3 syllables. That's too much. Midnight, hey? Up at midnight, testing Linux kernels, and you can't even see them. I love it. You're living your best life. Alrighty. Nothing changed. Cool. I can see the bootloader has listed in the UDebug output. It does say the command line. So if I bring that image back up, whoop, If you look, how can I show you? Just give me a moment. Okay, that's fair. Well, alright then, Alex. So if you look here, right after that, it says the command line I gave, but otherwise nothing has changed. So, yeah, that's a problem. I'm not entirely sure what to do about that. We will see what we can do. But I'll think of something. I guess we should just start doing, you know, boring stuff, your interrupt controllers. Maybe it is crashing though. I feel like it's either crashing or the udebug is being turned off. So what I might actually do is I might try and find where it prints out that version statement, which is going to be a little difficult. But yeah, hopefully that will sort of shed some light on the situation and what it's doing that's making it sort of stop. Like, there could be an element of there being no devices, but I think it's just falling into some sort of infinite loop. Or it's disabling the udebug or something. Could be turning on the memory management unit and breaking that way. I don't know. We'll see. So what I'm doing in another window, actually I can just bring this over, is I'm going to grep through everything for... What am I grepping for? I'm thinking I'll just grep for like... How do you grep for that? Yeah, that would be nice. I saw it get grepped for somewhere. Somewhere. I think the boot wrapper does that. It searches through the binary for your for the version of the kernel. So I want to see the pattern it uses, so I can use that on the source code files. Can we? What, you mean like a heartbeat? Maybe. I don't know. Like, I feel like this would be too early to do that. But that's just my thoughts. I don't know for sure. Okay, no, there was definitely some sort of searching for the kernel version in here. Okay, that's looping. Maybe it's not in here. I do remember seeing it search like that for... Maybe it wasn't the boot wrapper? Who was it? No, it was the shell script for the boot wrapper. That's right. Okay. It was somewhere in here. There was like a grep call. Yeah, here we go. Linux version. Okay, we can do that. We can grep for Linux version. Linux version. Oh, yeah, we gotta recurse. See, it's found that. Come on. So it's not in the Arch, it's not in the PowerPC bit. Possibly this one, I doubt it. init/version.c, that looks like it. So the last thing we see is init/version.c. So let's have a look. Oh, that's good. It's just that. That's not really helpful. Okay, we've got to search for Linux banner. Next. See where that gets used. Alright. Init/main.c. Yeah, that does sound like a good spot to start. Init/main.c. Oh wow, copyright 1992 by Linus himself. That's pretty neat. Oh, so many headers. Let's have a nosy. Let's see what it's trying to do and what it fails to do. Come on. Where are we? Let's look for that string we had. Linux banner. Here we go. Start kernel. Alright. So it calls setup arch. We don't know. So we know that it fails in between here and here. So there's a few things to check, but I'm gonna put it pretty much precisely down to setup arch. I reckon that's almost certainly what it is. So where is that defined? It's probably somewhere in Arch PowerPC. I'm gonna make a guess. No, pardon. Init. Is there an init file? Idle, IMA, no. I guess I should just search properly. Setup32.c. Early init. Machine init. PPC inits, that could be it. ppcmd.progress. Yeah, that's probably it. Arch init call ppc init. Okay. That's interesting. Setup. I just want to be sure of that. Okay, it's included from a header somewhere. This looks like a job for free electrons, actually. There's this lovely website. Here, Bootlin. If you go to elixir.bootlin.com. Oh, did I spell that wrong? Okay. Okay. Is it gone? Maybe it has. I was using this just a few days ago. Oh, that's a shame. That was actually a really helpful tool. Oh no, here we go. Oh yeah, it's still up. That was weird. It wasn't showing up in DuckDuckGo. Anyway, let's look for not Linux banner. We already have found what we want. We want setup arch. Yeah? Is that correct? Setup arch, yes, okay. PowerPC kernel setup common.c. Okay, this is interesting. This is different. So this is the actual setup arch that gets called. Oh, it's a bit blurry, isn't it? Let's just blow that up a little further. There we go. This is what actually gets called. So this is probably fine. This is probably fine. If I'm looking at it, it's probably going to be this one. Yeah, okay, so there's this print system info function. You can see how easy this is to sort of navigate. So yeah, so we know that it fails somewhere above this line. We could probably find somewhere else that does a print, but I'm pretty happy to leave that as is. We can have a quick look at unflattened device tree, just to make sure it doesn't print anything. No, it doesn't look like it does. Okay, So no, we can pretty safely assume that what did I click on? Probe machine, yes. This is interesting. There is a debug statement here. Now we don't see that in the command log. Oh yeah. So what is debug defined as? If def debug udebug printf format. Okay, so I may have been compiling the kernel wrong. I want to turn on debug. Damn it! Let's do that. Let's recompile the kernel, but we're going to turn on that debugging option. That will be good. That'd be good. Okay. So yeah, it's sort of like a compile time thing. Trying to find a generic debugging toggle. There probably is one somewhere. I'm probably gonna have better luck just going and looking for it myself. Yeah, I know, right? Kernel hacking, probably. Print K and D message options. Default console log level. Oh, okay. What's better? Lower is better? I don't know. We can play around with those on the kernel command line, so that's not what I'm worried about. Compile time checks. Debug file system. No. Kernel debugging. Is that it? Seriously, that's it? That can't be it. Let's just turn that on. Kernel debugging. Hopefully that's just it. That's all I need. I'm not convinced, but we can try it. Runtime testing. No. Don't filter access to dev mem. That'll be useful for later. I find it really funny that there's a specific menu option just to build the Arch/PowerPC code without to like allow warnings. Like just the PowerPC. All the other Arches you don't need that, but when you're on PowerPC, you might need this option, which I just think it's just funny. It's just funny. Alright, and there's the early debugging console, which we already have set up. Okay, let's try that. I'm not convinced. It's probably going to take a very long time, because it's going to recompile basically everything. But, you know, I might go get something to eat. I haven't... What though? Could make some spaghetti. Oh, it's done. Okay, never mind. I guess I'm not doing that. Did it recompile setup common? No, it didn't. So no, I don't think that was correct. I don't think that was what we wanted. Oh yeah. I was expecting this to take a lot longer. Although admittedly, it didn't recompile as much of the kernel as I was expecting. How do I declare debug? Yeah, well, this Arch specific code. I don't think it actually looks through the kconfig, so this is there's probably no point looking through here. Nope. Okay. Let's just try this. No, let's not do that. That's just bad. I don't even... No! That's... I am not in favor of this. Not in favor of this at all. Okay, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to drop a... Where are we? I was wanting to look at setup common.c. What I am going to do, instead of just defining it, can't believe you did that, is I'm going to put a hashtag warning in here. So that we know if it's actually set and it just forgot to recompile the file or something. And we will see. Oh. Whoops. Did I spoof? Did I paste something? Weird. Nope. Look at that. Nope. So it hasn't actually set debug. How do I turn that on? This is going to be something in the make files, isn't it? C flags something.o. Really? I'm genuinely supposed to just change the C flags for that specific file? Wow, okay. That's interesting. We're genuinely supposed to do something very similar to what you suggested. Right, okay. Well, we can do that. Let's do that. That's fine. I'm not really okay with this, but what can you do? Alright, where's the make file? Make file. There it is. It doesn't say any... There isn't anything in here about debugging. Am I genuinely going to have to manually add this in? Oh no. I am actually going to have to... This is bad. This is not a good thing. No, this is not funny. Okay, kconfig.debug. Maybe there's an option in here. Maybe. I am going to have something to eat. I'm kind of hungry. Here's all the early debugging stuff. Oh, man. This is just bad. I don't want to do this. Oh, man. I'm not even liking that at all. Why did this come up? Oh, that was weird, Firefox. I'm just bringing that back up again. That's just bad. Oh, man. Okay. Let's just go for it. C flags underscore setup common.o colon equals dash d debug. Oh, I hate this. I really do. It still says no. Well, that didn't work. Am I missing something? Do I... Huh. Oh, wrong one. V equals 1. Yeah, that's a very useful log. A little too verbose there. Oh, it's because I had it in J4. How did it actually do this? Yeah, it doesn't seem to have actually carried that over. What the change I made. So can I just add debug equals 1 to it? No. Okay. Dash D debug. No, that's not going to work either. Well, damn. It doesn't seem to actually work, like, at all. Like, I'm not missing something here. This is what it says to do. Okay, let's get rid of that. Put that back to the way it was. Let's just spam undo. Well, I don't know what to do about this. We're gonna sort of grep through here for... You're not wrong. It doesn't make a difference though, because this is basically just saying do this to add a C flag that will define debug, and then in here, we check if debug is defined, and then it makes the macro called debug. So I'm not sure how to actually make that happen. Kernel define debug. Okay, this person's saying, how do I use it? You're serious? This is... Okay, that's not even remotely what I wanted. No, that's a GCC thing. The first D says define this, and then everything after it is the actual name of the actual thing it'll define. No, these aren't very helpful. Do. Okay, what if I do something really bad? Like, if I go into our kconfig, this is sort of bad. It's not as bad as it could be. But we're just gonna go select debug and see if it's okay with doing that. So we're gonna go make wiiu def config, which makes it pass the whole thing again. Unknown option selects. Oh yeah, it's just select. What am I doing? It's happy with that. Yeah, I know. I guess I should. At this point, it seems to be the best solution. But I would like it a bit more global so I can see exactly where it locks up. So that it just across all files, not just this one. So it does appear to have done something. Not much though. I may have to genuinely hash define debug, which I hate. I really don't want to do that. Okay, fine. We'll do it. We'll do it. They obviously want you to do it this way. I hate doing it that way, but it's pretty obvious that's what they want. Let's compile everything again. No, it's redoing a bunch of stuff. Let's fix that error we added. Grumble, grumble, grumble. And what I'll do is I will just say if def1. Oh, if1. And that should... we'll start the warning. Yeah, exactly. Nothing works properly. So we're just going to modify the source code to do it. Not great. Not great. Alright. That will actually allow us to debug stuff properly. Somewhat properly. I forget, what does it print again? Yeah, some stuff. Where were we? Yeah, there was something I wanted, and I was like, yeah, let's turn on that. I think I wanted to make sure, I wanted to see this one. I wanted to see that one. So now that we can see that one, in theory at least, let's run a reboot. And if this one works, man, okay, what's it doing? That's a little weird. Why is it recompiling everything? That's better. Okay. Okay, dokay, here we go. Fingers crossed to some degree. And we will see if we are in luck this time. Let me just pull that back over on my side. That's probably quite loud over the mic. I'm not going to do that to you. Oh dear, my VNC's gone a bit awry. That's a bit odd. Anyway, hopefully it'll catch up. It's not like that's what we're looking at right now anyway. Here we go. It says, okay, it says probing machine type. So if we go, bring that back up. If it says probing, it says probing machine type. And you can see the corruption now. Half the screen isn't updating. And then we get no suitable machine found. So we need to set up a machine. We haven't done that yet. So that'll be a problem. Oh, that's better. I think it does it when I have... Oh, wow, my voice just broke. I think it does it when I have the YouTube live dashboard open. Because, you know, I'm sort of insecure and like to look at the stats. But it sort of has the stream playing as well. So maybe if I stop it, it'll still be able to handle it. Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, yeah, so we got no suitable machine found, which is finally, that's something we can work on. So, let's go. How do I actually add a machine? Where are you getting this from? You see, I'm pretty sure RW did most of this the first time around, so I don't quite remember how this goes together. So, we have machine desk start, which it loops over. Let's check free electrons for that, or whatever it's called now. They changed their name. I mean, just as I got used to calling it free electrons, they changed it. So here is machine desk start, which apparently is not used. That's blatantly wrong. Okay. Maybe because we need to be on RC5. Oh, there's a release candidate 6. Well, yep, it's just not used. That's good. Well, let's try and find this. It's defined here, and where is it referenced? In the Power Mac setup? Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear. Really, Power Mac setup. Nowhere else. Wow. It doesn't even use it, it just defines it. There's more to this. It's got to be like one of these line references. Oh, okay. Okay, so no, it gets defined here, and I need to sort of, like, just fill it in, I guess? Because it's been exported, so presumably there'll be a header somewhere I can include to bring that in, and then I can modify it to my delight and add in all these things. So, you know, probe, setup arch, whatever. What else is in here? And I'm pretty sure we did a similar thing on the other one as well. What is progress? Log error? Okay. Okay. Yep, there's some cool stuff in here. So I assume all we really need is, for this moment, is probably get IRQ, init IRQ, and probe, which will obviously, you know, set everything up. So how did we do this last time around? Which should give me a vague idea of how to do it this time around, because most of this code is going to be pretty much identical. So, you know. Let's have a quick look. So the great thing about what we've done is that in theory we won't need any of this. That'll be good. Oh, that's a bit small. Okay. Probe, WiiU probe. There it is. If machine is compatible, yes, return 1. Okay, that's fine. I can do that. And there'll be, what's device probe? Okay, that's how you initialize the device tree. Yes, no, I remember writing this code. Okay. So we have to write that and define machine. Okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna put this on my other monitor. Sorry that you won't be able to see it, but we get to write our own, don't we? Hopefully wiiu.c is still in here. No. We've edited too many things. Platforms, WiiU. That's right, we haven't made one yet. Great. So let's just make it like a stub file containing what I want. wiiu.c. Very nice. And let's turn that on in the makefile. Something a bit wrong with my text editor. Cuts off the first... only in plain text mode, it cuts off the first letter. Anyway... here we go, we want... include that header. That looks about right. And then we want to write this. So static int init. Yeah, notepad QQ. I noticed it in my package manager. I was searching for like text editor in my package manager, and it was one of the options. And I was like, hey, let's just do that. And so I did that, and it's okay, I guess. It's not that good, but I haven't been bothered to change it yet, so it can't be that bad, hey. There are a few weird things, though. I have to sort of baby it through stuff like not leaving a bunch of empty useless spaces everywhere and stuff like that. But, you know. Oh, we're going to have to include the open firmware stuff, too. Great. Compatible? I'm pretty sure I called it Nintendo Wii U. What did I call this thing in the device tree? Where is the device tree? I should just keep these things open instead of closing the tabs all the time. Yep. Yeah, this is a fork. I think it's in like QT or something. QT5. But no, it works quite well. So if we're not compatible, return 0. At this point, the old code goes and sets up... Oh, I missed a closing bracket. The old code sets the power off callback. I'm not going to do that because it's obviously not the place you're meant to do it. So I'm just going to leave it. And we're going to hit return 1. If we're compatible. Dot name. So the name is going to be Wii U. Probe is going to be Wii U probe, and that should be all we need. I'm going to set a few other things though that I've noticed that is in the old code, which is definitely worth doing, such as setting progress to udebug progress, so we get all those messages out on the udebug. All the other stuff is like restarting the console and setting up the IRQs, which we will do later, at a later date. Okay. That should work. Just got to add the open firmware includes, which we also need. That should at least get us through the early boot. There are a few little things we need to do. In fact, I'm just going to literally copy paste the code in for the other few little things we need to do. Bam. That easy. Oh, and this. What is machine is? I hope that's been declared somewhere. Is this with tabs? Yes, it is. Let's just fix that. Cool. That should be fine. That's probably not what we need. I'm gonna take that out. A lot of this is just going to be going through code and saying, yes, that's fine. No, let's get rid of that. Yada, yada, yada. I think I don't need to include any other headers. We're going to try compiling it and see what goes wrong, because things will go wrong. Why am I not surprised? Okay, first problem. Udebug progress is not declared. That is easy. That's called, we missed a header include. Expected something before static, so we probably forgot a semicolon somewhere. So let's just fix that. So this will need a semicolon, presumably, and that's what we missed there. And up here, we need to include udebug. You're also meant to put the ASM stuff under the Linux includes. Try that. And looks like it worked. Okay. This is probably going to be worth a photo. I know I said that about the last kernel we tried, but the last one literally only printed 2 lines out. This one is probably going to print out many more. Not only because we've got the debugging turned on, but we've also got an actual machine for it to initialize. So it's going to be doing a lot of stuff, and it probably, if I'm going to make a guess, the error we're going to get is likely that we don't have any IRQ controller set up yet. So it's going to freak out a little and say, wait, you need one of those. Anyway, let's turn it on and see. We may even go off the bottom of the screen on the gamepad, and then I will have no idea what's going on. just starting up now. I really do wish there was a way I could efficiently show you this, but I've sort of thought about it and I can't think of anything. No, it just clears the screen when you hit the bottom. It's way easier than setting up proper scrolling. Okay, we have a panic. It has gone off the bottom of the screen and cleared it, so I don't know entirely what the problem is. Oh wait, no, yes we have. Yes it has. I'll take a photo of this. This is worth it. I really have to turn the brightness up on the gamepad. You can't even see it. Just give me a moment. It's not ideal. Okay. And I will just pop that up on Discord. So, Alex, you'll be able to have a look just straight up. But I'll put it on, because, I don't know, I think there's someone else watching the stream. Hello, whoever you are. You haven't said hi, unless... Oh, wait, no. We lost them. We lost them 15 minutes ago. Oh, well, what can you do? I'm a very exciting person to watch, apparently. Alright. Here's that image. It's not great, but we do our best. So, I didn't quite get the top of the screen in, but this is normal kernel stuff. Oh wait, you can't see the mouse pointer. Color source. Right. So this up here is normal kernel stuff. You can see why I want to turn up the brightness on the gamepad. And then it prints out the virtual memory layout, which seems fine. Oh crap, yeah, I'm just like, I turned off the Wii U and I was looking at that. Yeah, I think my time slot is a bit too weird. I need to plan these further in advance. I literally came up with this at like midday today. Which is all well and good for chilling out with like you and stuff, but you don't get many people, and I suspect you're probably going to want to go to bed soon, and I've still got an hour or so left in me, and it's just gonna be me. I didn't even tweet this, to be honest. I should do that. Yeah, let's do that. Just give me a moment. How am I gonna do this? I will put it on the Mastodons. Ah, there we go. Copy. What am I gonna say? Sorry, we just gotta do the advertising, man. You gotta throw this in here. This is important in order to get our social media presence. Yeah. Oh dear. You know, I've actually had a few people talking about meeting up recently. I think Maschel. Oh, you wouldn't know them. But like there's quite a few people in the scene who want to organize something between like all the homebrew devs, and I'm like the odd one out that makes it really difficult because I'm the only one in Australia. Oh no, there's one other guy, but he doesn't talk much. But yeah, so I don't know. There's been talk about it, and I would like to do it, but it means we all need to stay together as a. If I wanted to join in, we'd all have to stay together as a community until I was over 18 and independent enough to do that. Which I'm not at this point. So, you know, but it would be nice. It would be nice to meet up with some people. I'd want to talk to you. I'd want to talk to Jared. I'd want to talk to pretty much all the homebrew devs. But you know, I've heard some of them aren't that good at English though. Most of them I haven't even voice chatted with. So, you know, what can you do? Anyway, let's write this too. Yeah, there's an awful lot of Europeans, a lot of Germans, and just general Europeans. So your sort of your homebrew masters, like your mass shells and your fix 94s. They're all Germans. Which is why I was talking about that a lot of people not necessarily being able to speak English that well. So you know, that's something that we got to worry about. You know, should I tweet this? I'm thinking whether I'm actually going to bother sticking around for another hour. Because, I mean, if you're going to bed, I doubt I'm actually going to get anyone else who wants to watch it in this time zone. So I might just stop and go get something to eat or whatever. You know what? Yeah, no, I'm cool hanging out with you until you need to go. And then when that happens... Ooh, whoops. When that happens, then I'll probably call it quits. But no, I do enjoy chatting. Anyway, what am I doing? We are looking at this. So you can see it's tried to branch to null. I can see that this number just on the left side of my red bar, that's null. So I don't know why it's done that. It has we have come from start kernel, time init. Oh hey, we have another person. I recognize your name from somewhere. Who are you? Sorry, I do recognize your name. I'm just wondering. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, right. Okay, so we come from start kernel, going into time init, and then we branch to 0. So I guess I got to look at time init. That is not somewhere I expected us to be going, but there you go. This is what we deal with. This is what we deal with. Alrighty, what am I looking at? Here we are. Time init. That's what I was looking for. We'll put that up on free electrons, actually. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I knew I'd seen your name somewhere, and I was like, but no, I'd forgotten. Now we're just having a look, trying to debug, crash and get things going. So that'll be good. Okay. That'll be the problem. I think we forgot to add the calibrate decr function. So let's do that. But yeah, open data. I don't know if you saw the GitHub issue, but while I really appreciate the work you and I did to get the commit history into GitLab, I tried to update it recently and I just couldn't get it to happen. And I figured, honestly, at this point, our code is a bit of a hacky mess anyway, and I don't think we ever actually used the upstream commit history for anything. So at this point, what I've done is I've decided on a different workflow, and you can go look at the GitLab issue. I'll link it to you later. But basically, we're going to start from tarballs, but this time we're going to upload them clean. I'm not going to modify them first. I've learnt that lesson. And then when there's a kernel update, we're going to turn all of the changes into a patch, replace the entire source tree with the new tarball, reapply the patch, doing merge fixes as necessary, and that shouldn't be too much of a problem because by definition the only things will be in the patch will be the things that we changed, so we'll understand it. That's not that I was dealing with a much worse situation when I was trying to patch in code from the upstream tree and trying to deal with merge conflicts there. So yeah, and then we're going to do that, and then and only then we'll commit. And so Git will hopefully calculate a diff That's just the changes between the two kernel versions and any mergey stuff we had to have. So that keeps the linux-wiiu commit history, and it condenses kernel updates down to a single massive commit, which should also make the repo a lot smaller. So yeah, okay, that should get us a little further on. To be honest, if we were going to upstream stuff, I'd probably be doing a third rewrite anyway, or at least doing it little bit by little bit and like vetting the files very carefully. I don't know. I guess I have big expectations in terms of what upstream will accept. Oh, is it? Yeah, there's not really much I can do about that, to be honest. I'll have a quick squiz at my OBS settings. I can jump the bitrate up a little. Actually, I'll add more keyframes. Tell me if that helps any. We've gone from 50 keyframes down to 20 keyframes. Whether or not that actually applied, because I haven't restarted the encoder, we're yet to find out. But actually, honestly, this entire time, my computer has been running slightly under the target FPS. It's not quite going as well as I would like it to be. But hey, what can you do? So yeah, we're back on, right? Actually, I will ask in the chat. Am I going to use proper commit names this time? Well, I think I'm doing okay. I think I'm doing alright this time around. So, you know, I will show you them in a moment. I've been doing it... Sorry, I've got another window open here. Let's bring that over. GitLab. Thank you. GitLab? Do those look better for you? Craig? Can I call you Craig? Yeah. Are those better looking? I hope so. I have dreams of writing good commit names. Anyway, what was I doing? Right, we ran a kernel build, didn't we? I'm gonna have to make this into a cohesive commit. I've just sort of been working without paying attention to that. The wonders of things that will happen on stream, hey? My usual workflow's gone out the window. Come on, get in there, SD card. So Alex/CompuCat knows this already, but I don't actually have any sort of video capture solution. So what we've been doing is I've been telling you what happens on the udebug output and occasional photos. So yeah, that's what's about to happen. Oh, cool. Well, thanks, Linux. That's you'll never PowerPC/Wii U. Oh, so get rid of the arch bit. Yeah, I'm gonna take a photo of this one. Oh, but I still haven't turned the ruddy gamepad brightness up, so it's still gonna look awful. There we go. Discord. Bring that back over. Send the message. Alright. Look at that. That's certainly something. It's gone and actually turned off the udebug. Like, I added a, you saw me before, Alex. You saw that I added command line argument to stop it doing that, but yeah, it's just not good. See what previous commits were called. Oh, right, from upstream. No, that's fair. That's fair. Anyway, but look, it's worked just fine. It's gone and figured out the memory map, and it's done this, that, and the other, and it hasn't complained about the lack of an interrupt controller. I don't even know how that's happened. And it's gone and disabled the boot console. Great. It did this last time we did it as well. This is about where we would pull in the graphics card driver. I'm going to pull in the frame buffer driver for now, because while I would like to get DRI working, and I've changed my thoughts on it a bit. It may not be as hard as I originally made it out to be. I'm not sure, I haven't tried. But for now, we'll just take over the old frame buffer because I don't feel like being here for 6 hours. So, yeah, let's do that. So this is the old tree. Where are we? Actually, we should commit where we are. Let's get rid of that red bar. Go away. What have we actually changed? That's not a massively crazy amount of stuff to change. Okay, we need to turn that back off. We can't commit that. That would be bad. And I'm thinking about maybe we don't need that either. I don't know how much difference that'll actually make. I'm going to try undoing those two, and we'll make sure that it still works. I have definitely committed worse things. Did I tell you about the time that I accidentally committed the WiiU common key to a repo? Like the actual encryption key that you're not meant to share, and I'm not meant to have, but like everyone does. Okay, get status. That's looking better. No, I haven't. Oh my gosh, I'm yeah. It's not my proudest moment. Oh, sorry. Craig, what did you say? Power PC/WiiU. I deleted the repo. There was no other way. So yeah, I actually deleted the repo. Hey, what can you do? Add Wii U platform. How's that? That's a commit message. Platform and no, it's actually a machine. Add Wii U machine. That should be fine. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Yes. I accidentally committed the common key, the Wii U common key, to a GitHub repo. It wasn't even my GitHub repo. I mean, I controlled it, but it was under like an organization. I was trying to, you know, Minute, right? The what Linux loader it's based off, right? It's like a firmware for the ARM. Back when that first came out, I had some patches for it to sort of quote unquote get it working. What I didn't realize was that it was working. It's just that I had an old version of DevKit ARM, and don't get me started on DevKit ARM. Suffice to say, they like to change the type of basic types like all the time, like constantly. The infamous example is when for DevKit PPC they changed int32_t. Instead of expanding to int, they changed it to expand to long int after a crud ton of projects had been written. And so pretty much everything suddenly started spitting out compiler warnings that you had mismatched types. Despite them being the same thing on the metal, they were just a 32-bit number. GCC didn't like it. So, yeah, that was fun. So you still get projects that haven't dealt with it, and they just tell you to ignore the warnings. Anyway, yeah, so I had some patches that I wanted to do, and as part of the method of compiling this, you put the you change a Python script to have the keys in it, and I accidentally committed that Python script, and yeah, that was good. That was a thing that I did once. I don't think I'd have anything else to say there. Okay, what did I say we were gonna do? Right, we're gonna pull in the graphics card. We're gonna pull in the graphics card from here, which is gonna be under drivers, isn't it? Drivers, video. As I said in the issue, I don't think the video drivers are too bad. So I'm just going to copy them straight as is. Honestly, I'm doing the same thing, Alex. I have modified that Python file right now to have the keys in it, and every time I commit, I have to like triple check. It's actually not. I haven't goofed it. I'm worried that one of these times I will, and I can't exactly delete the Linux loader repo. So I'm just gonna have to tell all of you guys don't pull, and then I'll have to do like a force push or something, and I really don't want to do that. Because it messes up your Git history, especially if other people have done a pull before you. Alrighty. Do I need to do anything to this? I don't think so. Okay, cool. So I just got to put that into the device tree. No worries, I can do that. So I'm literally going to copy paste them in. Because that's the level we're working on right now. Oh, too far back. Drivers. Video. FBdev. What's it called? WiiU FB regs.h. What should I call the commit for this? Oh, here we go. Craig's got me covered. I don't think I have to change anything else. Oh, I gotta add it to the device tree. Just pulling up the old device tree because I don't want to break anything, so I'm going to keep this mostly the same because we spent so long getting this working. Oh man, don't even get me started. We're going to say that's C so that it highlights things nicely. How am I going to lay this out? I'm going to put it in video : FBdev : okay. We'll keep that in mind. Size cells. Why is there 3 of them? That doesn't seem right. That's not how all the other register ranges have worked. Oh, it's ranges. It's like different. Okay. I'm not even going to bother putting that in. Who cares? GX2. We can put that in later. Alright. Well, I don't know. We had it on the device tree for the latte, right? But I'm not convinced it ever actually did anything, because I don't think we have a driver for Nintendo Latte. I don't think so anyway, for compatible. So it's probably not gonna actually do anything. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna try it, that's what I'm saying. And if it doesn't work, then yeah, we'll change it. Does it? Okay. Well, here I've actually got the device tree spec, which I like to go and look at every now and again for exactly this reason. Ranges. Yeah, I'm with Alex here. I don't think it ever actually gets used or mapped by anything, so I feel like we could put anything there. Okay. So it's providing a list of translations between things inside the latte compared to things outside the latte. So I guess it sounds kind of needed. Yeah, we use complete addresses. We don't like have the offset. Okay. So I'm looking at this example. How it seems to work is, so we have this device in here that's listed as 4600, but it's not actually 4600 according to the CPU. It looks at this range first and says that 0 maps to E many zeros. So it would go 4600, therefore maps to E 4600, with the E in front. So that's how you can translate between different memory spaces for like a graphics card or something with its own video RAM. So I think it should be fine to leave them out in this case, because there is no mapping to be done. Well, we just use the host addresses. I mean, we could change it, but I don't think that's worth playing with. So I'm just going to try that. Let's just give that a go. And if... I'm not going to be able to tell if the frame buffer comes on. Oh, no. Hang on. Okay. No, yes I will. I have a monitor. And if the frame buffer does come on, I will try and connect the capture card to the Wii U. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not holding out my breath there. We might break the stream box. But yeah, we'll see. No, I have the stream box and the Wii U sharing a monitor, because the idea it was that when I had the stream box on, I would just be able to look through OBS at the Wii U screen. But I don't have the capture card working at the moment, so I can't really do that. So I'm actually going to have to change inputs. So if the stream explodes, let me know. But first I'm going to actually turn up the... Am I? No, I'm not. I'm not going to turn up the gamepad brightness, because ideally we're not going to take any more photos of the gamepad. Did I actually compile that? No, I didn't. We kind of forgot something. Oh, and I forgot to add it to the make files as well. Okay, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, apparently. let's actually just go and think about this a little more. Let's just pop this way down at the bottom. Okay, let's not put that way down at the bottom. We're pretty similar to Linux. Let's put it there. They're using spaces. I'm using spaces. Just seems to be an arbitrary number of spaces. That's weird. WiiU FB.o. Oh, and I should make that FB WiiU. You know, so it's actually, you know, compliant. Who needs that? Is there a K config in here? EFGHIJK, there it is. Let's go find Linux. There we are, and we'll put it right after. FB WiiU. And I will probably have to select these. Why are there 3 dashes all of a sudden? Okay, that should work fine. Well, it can be compiled as a module, I guess. I don't know why you'd ever do that. As I said, I'm not really trying to upstream this code. I just want to make it work fairly well. I'll put it on tri-state just to make you happy though. Oops, that used 4 spaces. Let's just fix that. Okay. Alright, that should work. Let's add that to the def config. Is that in there? Wait, get out of here. No. I always check, but there's never. We've always opened too many things. Oh, wrong one. Oh. Okay. The danger of using select, apparently. It was a pretty easy fix. I remember reading all about kconfig. Oh man. So no, that's actually pretty easy to fix. When you select something, it'll select that thing, but it won't select the dependencies of it. Because, you know, why would it? Let's defend on FB, and will I defend on WiiU? I guess I should. Defends on FB and WiiU. And I can probably get rid of that then. If it depends on FB. Cool. Alright, let's compile that. You didn't actually compile it. Okay. What's gone wrong there? Let's check in the menu config that it does actually have that turned on. Graphics support. Frame buffer devices. Okay, it didn't actually depend on that properly, so... friggin' kconfig, man. Nothing ever works properly. We do need that. I thought that was supposed to be implied, but I guess it's not implied. There we go. It's actually compiling the FBdev stuff now. Okay, so there's a problem somewhere in my device tree. Somewhere in the device tree. Note that it doesn't... Oh, no, yep. Line 42. Okay. I probably forgot a semicolon. I'm not used to ending things with semicolons in the device tree. So there you go. That's fine. Hey, nice. All right, let's test it. Oh, I already have the SD card in. Awesome. It's already mounted, apparently. That's interesting. All right, popping in the SD card. I'm going to change the input on my monitor. So if something blows up on the stream, let me know. I've got the live dashboard up, so it should be fine. Alright, here we go. It's just showing Wii U menu. It's booting in now. Okay, there's Linux Loader. And nothing. Okay. So it has said boot console udebug 0 disabled, but it has not turned on the frame buffer driver, which is helpful. So I'm not convinced it actually initialized that properly. Yeah. Alright, no worries. I'm not sure precisely what the problem is. It's basically doing exactly the same thing it did before. It's as if I didn't change anything. Okay. What could it be? What could it be? Mapping registers. Having a frame buffer. Oh, hang on. It only knows about 32 meg of memory, so it may not be able to allocate that frame buffer. Because it's a pretty big frame buffer, if I remember right. It's many megs. Alright, that's all good. Hopefully we can get the frame buffer working before you have to go to sleep, because, you know, it's a bit of a bummer otherwise. So, I think the solution to this is, if you look over here, we map a really big area. Dev air. Well, no, yeah, that's actually what happened, what we're doing, but quite annoyingly, the Linux decides at some point, before it actually runs this init function, by the way, it decides to turn off udebug, because it's about to set up a frame buffer and it can use the frame buffer. But that means that if your frame buffer doesn't work, you're working blind. You can't actually tell. So we're too late, unfortunately. So we do have to debug this kind of blind, unless I guess we can try and force it not to turn off the udebug, but that's probably a good idea actually. Let's try and do that. So if I remember right, can we map it in mem2? I haven't told the kernel that mem2 exists yet. I've been kind of avoiding it. As far as it's concerned, the console has 32 megabytes of memory, which is probably why it won't map the frame buffer, because it doesn't have nearly enough RAM, in all honesty. Okay. I could try and make the frame buffer smaller. It's sort of a band-aid on a wound. No, I need to do this properly. Okay, let's look at udebug and see if I can get it not to turn off the udebug so I can confirm that is the problem. So let's force this to be on, because I put it in the command line, it doesn't seem to work. Okay. Let's uncomment that. Alright. So, assuming this compiles, which it may or may not, no surprises. Yeah, what's going on here? Why did it tell me to uncomment that again? That's weird. It must just be broken code. I'll just undo that for now, and we'll just try it like that. I might get lucky. Maybe. Probably won't. I did try this before, I'm pretty sure. To try and, like, you know, have the udebug stay on. But I couldn't get it to happen before. I'll try it again, though. We'll give it another go. Alright, there we are. Unmount the SD card. Attempts. How many are we up to? I don't know. The console takes so damn long to turn on. So we'll try to we'll try keeping this on. I doubt it'll actually work. We'll probably have to fix that console init call thing. Oh no, here we go. Okay, so it didn't even bother trying to init for the real frame buffer. Right, didn't even try. At least from what I can tell. There's nothing in the log about it. What has happened though is it is kind of working, as in it's like this is still on. The udebug is still on. Which that's good. That's weird though. It should be fine. Okay, I'm gonna throw like a bug or something in this init function to make sure that this actually runs at all. So that will cause it to always fail in WiiU FB assign, apparently. That's apparently how this is initialized. Really? Oh no, there's a probe as well. Anyway, the point is we should get this far. Did I misspell WiiU FB in the device tree? No. What am I missing here? Okay, so there are a few things in here that I skipped, as we know, and there is a compatible thing. So it's possible that because there's no compatible, it's thinking it's invalid. So what did I just change? I added the bug. Okay, we're gonna also add the compatible bit. And set it to Nintendo Latte. Just so there's something there, because I'm pretty sure you do need something there. What? Is bug declared or not? Make up your mind, GCC. Okay, let's... Oh, it's... I'm thinking of bug on. Okay, let's get rid of the true then. And just have the bug. Okay, that's compiled. That was the weirdest error message. It's like, oh, you know, it takes no arguments. Oh, it's actually not defined at all? That was odd. Maybe it's funny about macros. Alright, here comes the Wii. Schrodinger's bug. I love it. And we're about to observe whether it gets triggered or not. This is good. Alright, turning on. It's a bit of a slow process. Thanks to CBHC though, I don't even have to like touch it. It just boots straight in. Okay, there is something. Okay, looks like it has worked because there's a stack trace. Unfortunately, it got cut off. I guess it was too long. So I've only got like the bottom few lines of the stack phrase, but it's things like probe, platform driver probe. So I'm going to assume that it made its way into WiiU assign. So that has probably been fixed now. Beep. Fixed it. So let's take that back out, compile again, and try again. I'm honestly surprised the Streambox has been working fine this whole time. When I first started, the video output of it was actually kind of unstable. It's a really broken computer, I gotta say. There's something very wrong with it. But I make it do video encoding all the time, and it seems cool about it. Admittedly, it is currently doing that at 18 frames a second. Streambox specs. I will look them up while the Wii U turns back on. What do I look at again? Proc CPU info, isn't it? /proc /CPU info. I'll actually add a capture on that. That one. Ah, lovely. So you can see too. It's an AMD Athlon dual core processor, of course. That's what that is. Oh, it says rebooting in 180 seconds on the gamepad. Sorry, I didn't even see that. We don't have a frame buffer. There is no frame buffer. So that's the Streambox. So there you go, Alex. Hopefully that satisfies you, knowing about the Streambox. It's all doing it on the CPU. It doesn't even have a graphics card in it. I'll be honest. Don't tell anyone that. It's kind of blasphemy. Okay, so all I have on the gamepad is it says rebooting in 180 seconds, and it hasn't actually set up the frame buffer. So, yeah, okay. I'm gonna need to do something about that. Yeah, this is on, like a really minimal Arch Linux install. Because OBS just, like, sucks up about half the CPU. Presumably, it doesn't suck up all of it because it's waiting on the graphics card for something. Okay, what am I going to do here? What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bunch of print Ks to this, because we know that this gets called, thanks to that bug. We're just going to add a bunch of print Ks of, like, hi or something to try and push the bug, the error message onto the gamepad, onto the next clear, if you know what I mean. I'm kind of having trouble finding the words to say that, but you know. So another 15 lines should do the trick. That should allow me to see most of it. Oh, isn't it? Really? I thought it was. Okay, take your word for it. Alrighty. Really need to get a better udebug solution, but you know, this works fine. It's meant to be like a really simple thing that you only use for a few seconds until the frame buffer gets set up. If the frame buffer gets set up. Aye. Okay, here we go. It's booting. Okay, awesome. Oh, it's just... Okay, this is good. Alright, so where's the console code? It is... Ooh. Let me just show you because I don't even remember where it is. It's pretty janky. It's pretty janky, the console code. It's got like weird things where it goes, it like it removes a line and then puts one back again. But it is in here, /arm/video/gfx.c. Craig, it does. There is, like, you can save things. I don't think there's like NVRAM or anything though. Well, there is on the RTC, but that's really complicated to access. But no, here's your it's not here. Where is it? Here's your drawstring graphics stuff. As I said, there's a few weird things like this where I'm like, wait, when there's a new line, subtract 8? Like, what the heck? But yeah, that's true. I guess we could do a memory console to the NVRAM. I don't know. Maybe. I feel like we've got the ARM at our disposal. We may as well use it properly. So you know, maybe. Think about it. Okay. What am I looking? What was I looking at? So okay. So it's pretty good actually. We've done pretty well. If we look at the bottom on the gamepad, it says that the probe of the Latte GX2, so that failed with error -12. So I'm going to assume that -12 is eNoMem, because I'm pretty sure that's the only thing we return. Do we return anything else? I don't know, well, there's that, but that's also allocating memory. Yeah, so pretty much the only thing that it'll ever return is eNoMem. So that means we don't have enough memory for a frame buffer. Woohoo, we need to fix the memory. Oh, great. Yeah, what's up? Alex? Dirty solution to debugging. Replace the printf in UDO button and slide so with sprintf to SD card. I don't know if it's a debugging solution. I'm not sure it's quick or dirty. Well, it would be dirty, but I doubt it would be quick because we'd have to move all of the SD card access code into SRAM. And that would mean that we'd have pretty much all of Linux Loader in SRAM at that point, because there's really not much else other than that. So, like, yeah, I guess it can be done, but it would mean moving the SD access into Linux into SRAM, and it would also mean that Linux wouldn't be able to use the SD. I wouldn't be willing to risk that, having both the processors trying to access it at once. So yeah, it's a pretty good idea, but it just doesn't quite work with the implementation side of it. Anyway, as you can see, number 12 is indeed eNoMem. So cool beans. That's the problem. We need to add the rest of the memory. Woohoo! So, in theory, this is the big in theory bit. In theory, I should just be able to add it to the device tree. So just add another line of regs to the memory bit. And in theory, because we've got the newer kernels, it should be able to map all the memory without a problem. How true that ends up being is yet to be seen. So let's find out. So I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I want to add a new line in here and add it in. OX1 0 0 0 0 0 0 OX8 0 0 0 0. Okay. So that goes there. We'll put, I don't know, 2 tabs. Yes, it was. I will show you. Do I have the patches? Git kernel.org. Oh, it'll be on my laptop. There was a patch by Jonathan Mushwaffer. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Alright, see you, Alex. No, it was great talking to you, great hanging out. I think we made some good progress this afternoon. And hopefully, later on, hopefully this will all work out. And yeah, I'll talk to you later, man. Anyway, I've still got half an hour left, more like 20 minutes. So I'm gonna keep on I'm gonna keep on going if you'll stick with me, Craig. So yeah, try a combined stream. That would be cool. I have actually done, I have done Discord chats with people before, like voice chats. So I guess you could just do a video chat as well, and bam, you've got a combined stream. So it's something to think about. Anyway, yeah, talk to me about it tomorrow. You should go to sleep. It's late. I will try and find that patch set for you, Craig, because it is quite cool. It just single-handedly fixes all the problems the Wii and the Wii U have in terms of their memory. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I think I talked about it in the Discord, so just let me scroll up and find that. Doop-a-doo. There's a lot to scroll through. I talk a lot, hey. Getting there, getting there. This is where we took on Horizon. Oh, that'll be fun. If you're still listening, Alex, don't forget about Horizon. Oh dear, no, don't worry about it too much. It's no pressure. It's just something that would be helpful for our distro efforts, you know? Because you were writing your own installer anyway, you know, it's kind of useful to be able to do someone else's. Oh, great. Okay, I apparently sent this to people before I sent the message. Great. Here we go. Bam. This is the patch. You can go read this later. I'll put a link. Boop. Oh, wrong tab. And it just does that. That's it. I think there's a few other things as well. There was this one that actually uses it. So yeah, you just go look through these and just hit parent, and you'll see all the changes that were made. So there's another one. So here's another one as well. You see, this was weird. Look at this. They just had if you're not on 64-bit, then just check if it's less than the maximum address, which obviously doesn't work for platforms with memory holes. But there, right below it, was this line that does what we wanted it to do. I don't understand it. Like, why did that need changing again? Anyway, whatever. You can go look through the patch set yourself later. It's pretty amazing, and as I said, just fixes all the problems we had. So in theory, this should work. I'm going to try it. I'm not really holding out hope. Like, in theory, it should work, but I'm also unconvinced. So we will see. We will see. I just want to check some of the old... Did I delete all the branches? Yes. Okay, never mind. Okay. So yeah, this is based on kernel 4.17-RC5. So it actually has that patch in it. That was the only version I could find at the time when we started the rewrite. There's RC6 out now, so no. RW was the one looking at that. And I don't think it ever got working. there was some weird thing, like it would say it detected the SDIO driver and then not actually do it. So yeah, okay, here we go. Kernel is coming. Well, we're still in CBHC, but the kernel is on its way. And hopefully it will detect the full 2 and a bit gigs of memory. Okay, failed to map registers. That's interesting. Should not have failed to map registers. I think you were right, Craig. I think we are going to need the ranges after all. Failed to map registers. Devm map resources. Oh, thanks for not telling us what the friggin' error message actually is, RW. We'll change that later. I'm going to assume it's the fact that we don't have the ranges in there. So let's put them in. Put in the ranges. Or just one of the ranges at least. Just the one we need. OXOC 0000 OXOC 0000 OX 0020 okay, cool. We don't need any others, so we'll just put that in for now. Okay, let's try that. We can have another go at Wi-Fi later. I think there was something where RW thought it was a certain device type and it actually wasn't. Like they had changed it between the Wii and the Wii U when he was working off the documentation from the Wii. Oh crud. I was too slow to get the SD card back in. Come on, get it in. There we go. Yeah, I think he was working off the Wii documentation and it didn't actually it didn't match up. So with this rewrite, you know, we sort of get another shot at it, but I'm not convinced it'll be something that we get working quickly. There's something very strange going on with it, from what I understand. I did take a register dump though, so we can always look at that. Still failed to map registers. Why did you fail to map the registers? Failed to map registers. Okay, the ranges definitely didn't do anything because this is actually outside the range we defined. Wow, I'm going to change that to 4. Okay. Failed to map registers. Okay, I'm going to add a few more highs in here. We're going to make it 30 so I can see a few more messages back in the kernel log. Are these format strings? Can I just add the error message in there? I don't know. I'm just going to try it. And if it tells me, oh, you didn't, you know, you've passed too many arguments, then we'll know. %D. Let's try it. Argument 3 has type void pointer. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Ah! Alrighty. Here we go. I've got to be missing something here. weird. Oh, hang on. It hasn't errored out anymore, so maybe there's a frame buffer being set up now. Yes, yes, okay, the screen has gone black. I think we have a frame buffer running. I'm not entirely sure what I changed. What did I change? Why is it working now? That's weird, man. Okay, I'm gonna comment these out. Actually, well, we're gonna put it back on 15. But it appears to have just fixed itself. Maybe I didn't copy over the kernel properly or something. Or I forgot to compile it. Why is that working now? It was very definitively not working before. Alright, I'm actually gonna be heading off in 10 minutes, so it'd be really nice if this started working, and then we could end with a wonderful photo of the you know, the little tucks on the screen on my monitor, and away we go. That would be very nice. We will see. We're in the final stretch now, I think. All right, I've changed some random stuff, I guess, and we'll see if it still works. It seems to have kept working. Let's check the monitor. Sorry, I have to change the source on it. Yep, seems to be still good. It must have just been a fluke. Let's take that out. Sort of very carefully only changing one thing at a time here. All right. Here we go. This is with all the highs removed, so if it does bug, I won't really be able to tell, but I should be able to see whether or not it turns on the frame buffer, because it sets the frame buffer to a different location in memory, so the screen goes black, effectively. There's CBHC, we're just booting up now. And yes, that seems to have worked fine. Okay. Alright. I don't know entirely what I changed, so I'm just going to put everything slowly back the way it was. So if I do that, now we should have no modifications to the original. So we'll try it. Oh, I put a... sorry. Almost no modifications. There we go. Alright, copy that. Just wait a little bit. Eject. Alright, moment of truth. This is the real frame buffer test without any weird changes that seem to mysteriously make it work again. And then we will, if this works, we will commit it, possibly undo the udebug changes. Probably should, just to make sure the frame buffer is working. And then that will be all I do, at least on stream, for tonight. So yeah. Alrighty. Looks like it worked fine. Awesome. So that has worked fine. So I am going to, what I'm going to do now is we're going to undo the udebug changes. So it will try to use the actual frame buffer that seems to be mysteriously working now. I'm still not entirely sure what I changed to fix it, but hey, what can you do? So let's reset that. Arch PowerPC kernel udebug.c. Let's compile that, and then we should have a lovely image of a frame buffer kernel panic to finish off the evening. That'll be nice. And then I'm gonna have to do some music work. Woohoo. For school. Alright, turn that on. SD card in. Almost in. Yep, there we go. Alrighty, moment of truth time. We have got the changes in the words that I can say. I can say words. We've got the changes in, so it should try and use the frame buffer, and it hasn't. Okay. Okay. We're not quite done. So it has initialized the frame buffer. The screen has gone black. So we know it has at least gotten up to this bit with the register poking. But it appears not to have actually done anything. It has turned off the udebug console, like I asked it to. But it's just not doing anything. What am I missing here? All I've got is that maybe these are failing. Like this call here, register frame buffer, is failing. I find that kind of hard to believe, but I guess it's possible. But I should have seen it in the log. Console equals TTY0. No, I'm looking at the log. I'm looking at the log and it says console TTY0 enabled, so it's doing that fine. And I would expect something on the screen, not just black, like a cursor or something, if it was the wrong TTY. No dev m register frame buffer. What do you mean by that? There's register frame buffer. Dev m register frame buffer? What's that? Is that like an open firmware version of it? Like this exact code worked fine on the old one. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. I can't see a dev m register frame buffer, so yeah, I don't know. Dev m versions are resource managed. No, I think we do that by hand. I think we do it by hand. We've got register frame buffer and unregister frame buffer. Okay. I'm going to turn the udebug console back on, and I'm going to very carefully look over the stuff. I'm going to very carefully look over the actual log output, because I don't think I really read it properly, so I may have possibly missed, you know, it failed with error code, whatever. If it still doesn't, if I can't see anything obvious, I'm going to post a screenshot of like what it does say, and then I'll probably leave it for tonight, because I do want to do some work at 5. But no, we will see. Fingers crossed and all that. Here we go, turning on the Wii U again. I'm tempted to say probably for the last time tonight, at least on stream. I might come back afterwards. I've been staying up until like 10 o'clock lately, just working on this stuff. It's probably not the best idea. I should probably not do that. Okay. The gamepad screen has gone black. That's not ideal. The frame buffer is black. So I think what has happened is that the print keys have been just the right number to make Linux Loader clear the screen. So we're gonna add some more again, which should be good. We'll use 30. Because I want to get an actual log out of it, damn it. We definitely need scrolling. That would be a good thing to have. Alright. Here we go. I'm hungry. I've got to eat something. Alright, we're booting up. We're in CBHC now. There's Linux Loader. Alright. No, I don't see any error messages on there. So that's weird. That's very weird. Is there a way to have it output to 2 consoles at once? Perhaps? That'd be nice. Probably not. Nope. Well, damn, I don't really know what to do about this. I will throw up a screenshot. So, you know. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll have to look at it a bit later. I think we've made a lot of progress tonight. So, you know, you just deal with what you got. Let me get that message up, that image up. Alright, there we go. I don't know how well that shows up on stream. Oh no, that looks fine. So if we pull up my little red bar, so it does say that no dynamic reconfiguration memory found. I don't know exactly what that means. I assume it's not our fault. All this spam happens before we initialize the graphics, the frame buffer. So if there was some problem with the frame buffer, I would expect it to show up after the spam. And then it goes straight into the oops. So, you know, could not find a root FS or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know what to do about that, because it seems it doesn't have any errors to say. It seems to have all worked fine, but it's just not showing up on the not showing up on the anything on the frame buffer. It's just not doing it. So, you know, I'm like, I don't know what to do about that. Yeah, alright. I gotta go as well. We'll work on it. We'll work on it later. Yeah, it was cool hanging out and talking with you. It's always good to have another pair of eyes on whatever you're doing. So, thank you, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.